Hey guys, Paul from Net Audio here, and we got a little pet project that we've been working on. I got into this industry professionally in 2003 as a hobbyist, or probably around 2000 or so. Back then, we didn't have, it makes me sound old, we didn't have Google, we didn't have YouTube. If I was trying to learn this information, I was buying books and magazines and going to the library and talking to everybody that I could in order to try to learn some of this stuff. Today, we have a wealth of information on the internet, but also some of it's kind of trash. So, what we're doing is we're creating kind of a library of instructional videos that are older. Select Products started their website in 1998. Robert Garza. They sold products and materials and tools for the car audio industry. Before companies like Select Products were around, this is a hobby. This is a hobby that turned into an industry. And what our industry is known for is taking something that is completely not for a car and finding ways of making it work for that. So taking home theater speakers apart and putting them inside your vehicle, taking materials that were not made for the car and putting them in your vehicle. And Select Products pretty much made a collection of tools and materials and stuff like that and put them all in one place where you could go buy them. You could buy templates, you could buy vinyl, you could buy router bits, plastics and mesh and stuff like that. And they put them all on a website in 1998. Then they came out with instructional videos. In 2003, I couldn't afford these. These were like, golden. This is a wealth of information here, and I couldn't afford those back then. But, I got to a point in my career where I could, and so I bought them up whenever I had a chance to. Now, we've got 11 of them. From what I've been told, there's more. If y'all have some out there that are not in our list, we would love to have them and add to this library. We're giving this information away. We took the DVDs, which compared to our N.A.M.E videos that we have up online also, the Select Products videos, we're starting off in a digital format. So we're starting off with a lot better video, but then we ran it through some different filters and kind of crisped stuff up and then helped the sound a little bit. We did get permission from Stinger and N.A.M.E Global, who bought Select Products out. We got permission from them to host these videos online. And this is really good information. So yes, it's a little more dated, but compared to the N.A.M.E videos, there's definitely some newer techniques. So now you're moving into router tables and doing more router work. There's a lot more woodworking skill that's going on in the router basics and in the box building video. So this goes a lot more in depth on making templates, making jigs, making positive and negatives, doing offsets with templates. So this is a lot more advanced information. Then you move into the fiberglass, and it's a lot of fiberglass. So you have fiberglass 1 and 2, and they do an enclosure inside the vehicle. A lot of hands-on with doing the fiberglass. We have a motorization video, just like with N.A.M.E, but showing you different stuff. Now we're getting into linear actuators and some different things. Plexiglass work, which it has a lot of difficulties, but they're showing you a lot of really good tricks on how to work with plexiglass. But then we're getting more into, some of the electronics side of things with the in-car security and remote start. And this one's actually made with a guest from Directed Electronics. So again, yes, this is from 2004, 2005. It's information that carries over. It's identifying circuits, using your meter and testing for wires. It's working you through the old school analog way, which if you know how to use your tools, you are much better off as a technician. You're not just a guy who's trying to hook up some wires. You're not an installer, you're a technician. Learning these skills is very handy, and it's going to cross over into a lot of other stuff. This is good information. This is stuff I didn't have access to years ago. It's showing you that you can make really cool and really great sounding vehicles without spending a lot of money on tools. One thing I gripe about in this industry is that, and we're guilty of it, is the cost of entry is very high. You see lasers and CNCs and 3D printers and all this stuff, and it makes it so if you want to get into this as a profession, that makes it seem like that you have to invest a ton of money in order to be able to achieve anything. And that's not the case. In the 80s, 90s, 2000s, people were making great sounding vehicles, great looking vehicles without having a lot of expensive tools. This is a great way if you're a hobbyist, if you're in the industry and you're wanting to get into fabrication. These are great resources for you to learn some tricks. Try something, rewind it, watch it again, do it again. Make some mistakes, make some sawdust, throw stuff away, hang it on the wall to look cool and show to customers. This is some great information, but you're going to have to use it and watch it and get out there and get your hands dirty. But this is definitely something that is usable. We just wanted to be able to put this out to people online. This is not a net audio promotion of any sort. This is just us doing something to try to be better for the industry. Hopefully you guys like what we're doing. If you have any ideas or any additional videos that you can share that you want to add to this, by all means, let us know. These are the ones I own, but if I look back on their website, there are videos that I don't have. There are videos mentioned in the DVDs that we don't have. So if y'all have stuff you want to add to the library, absolutely let us know. If there's a different series other than N.A.M.E or the Cats videos from Select Products, let us know. Let's work with it and try to put out some information to be better for the industry. If you have questions, absolutely hit us up. Other than that, thanks guys.